What's going on, guys? It's Dynamic Duos here, aka Double D's, and I got the next episode of my Blue Jays franchise, Ep.8, I believe. And this is going to be the end of the 2012 season. As you see, I've already simulated. And unfortunately, we ended up losing the lead in the division, the AL East, and we lost it to the Tampa Bay Rays by 2 games. The Yankees and Rays really stepped it up late, as you see right here. The Yankees beat us 2 out of 3, and then the Rays swept us. We really kind of fell off later this month in September. We kind of started out good in August. Late in August, we had a really good last 2 weeks of August, and then it kind of led into a decent September to begin with. But once we hit the series against the Yankees, we kind of just fell off. Although we did sweep the Baltimore Orioles. But that's pretty easy with the pitching staff they have now. I was checking the pitching staff, and they're not really good. And then the Yankees ended up sweeping us 4 games, but we were able to take 2 out of 3 against the Twins. It really didn't matter. And if we check the standings in the wild card, we're 10 games back of the Angels, who were 92 and 70, and they were 5 games back of the Rangers, who are 97 and 65. So we missed the playoffs. Unfortunately, we had a very good season. I think we even improved our record from last year, which I'm not really sure. So right now we're just going to do the off-season, and I figured why not go ahead and just show you guys what goes on in the off-season. So I'm really disappointed we missed the postseason. I was really hoping to bring you guys some postseason action. Giants defeat the Rays. Wow, didn't expect that. What's the messages? Budget unchanged, stock is rising. Oh yeah, Colby Rasmus. He started to heat up late in the season when we were kind of falling off. So Darren Oliver and Omar Vizcael decide to retire. So that's not a big loss. I did lose a left-handed reliever, which I'll look to sign another one in the off-season, or maybe see if I have anybody already on the roster. You see Ibanez, Pettit, Rivera, and Rodriguez retire. No Jeter. Alright, so I think it said our manager retired. Let's see if we can find him. John Farrell, there he is. I'd like to sign him. Well, no, I don't want to spend this much on him. We'll just sign him for well, no. Let's see. Let's sign him for 2 more years for about that much. See how he likes that. Alright, we're good with that. Okay, so that's the only thing we need. Let's go ahead and simulate just about right there. Alright, good. Just to give him a chance to accept the offer. Alright, so let's start managing these contracts. Now, obviously, with the Operation Sports roster that I have, all the contracts are not up to date, which means that people who aren't really supposed to be free agents, like Brandon Beachy or Adam Wainwright, I believe, are going to end up being free agents. So this is where where I have to come into play. We have $76 million, which is a decent amount of money to try to re-sign all these players. So let's see how much. Alright, I think we can get Wainwright back for that much. Even though I'd like to lock him up for more than that, we'll just have to go with that. Let's try that deal for Beachy. I want to try to lock these guys up, to make sure I don't have to re-sign them again for a while. So let's lock these guys up. Let's lock Tehran up. I'm going to pass on Jesse Litch just because he only has B potential, and he didn't really prove anything to me this year, even down in the minor. Oh, I don't want to sign him to a 4-year deal. Sometimes you have to pay attention to this, because sometimes you see that the default contract. Sometimes I just go through and kind of just, like, oh yeah, let's sign this guy. Oh yeah, let's just sign this guy to the automatic deal, even though those are 2-year deals. That's what I want to normally do with low-level prospects, you know what I mean? Like, if they're not very good, I don't sign them for very much. But if they are decent, I'll still try to sign them, just because you don't want to not have enough pitchers on your roster, because the more pitchers you have on the roster, the more depth you have, really, in case someone goes down. So let's try to do this. And I'm just going to, well, no, I'll just go ahead and do this. I was just going to pause the video and maybe come back when I got all these guys signed, but nonetheless, we're already here, so why not just keep going. So we'll let these 2 D potential guys go. And let's just offer arbitration to Cordero. If he accepts, we'll sign him to a 1-year deal. Let's sign you to a 2-year deal. We'll sign you to a 2-year deal. 2-year deals are pretty safe because you get the guy for the season that you're getting ready to go into, and then it makes him a little bit easier to trade because obviously him not being in his final contract is going to attract more teams than, you know, him being in his last year of his contract. And also, if you don't want to trade him away, that means you still have him locked up for the upcoming season after the one that you just played. So it kind of works out to sign, you know, low-level guys. I'm just going to go ahead and sign. Well, oh, shit. I forget, you know, to take a look. Because, you know, it's not really, I don't like him because he was with the Braves, so I'm not going to sign him. It's not really safe to sign players, you know, to high year deals unless they're like superstars. I could probably lock Aaron Sibia up for a couple more years, but I don't really want to because I may end up trading him. Just because I have Darno here, who's pretty ready. He's A potential. He had a great season last year. We'll check his stats. We moved him up to the majors in September, and he hit 421, so that's pretty good. We need all the catching we can get, even at all levels. You know, you never don't want to have enough catchers. That's pretty obvious, but we'll let Jeff Mathis go, and I guess we'll sign Kyle Phillips just to have some extra. And then let's get Tyler Moore for 3. What's this guy's potential? C. Why not? Go ahead and sign you to a 2-year deal. Altuve, I want to get for 3. This guy's the guy we got from San Francisco. Definitely want to keep him. Let's get Valbuena for 2. Maybe drop him down to a 1 because he's only D potential. D. So we'll let these 2 guys go, signing back 4. Brett Lowry, definitely want to lock him up for about 4 years. Encarnacion, I'm going to offer arbitration because if he doesn't accept, and he doesn't accept his offer, if I did offer him a contract, you know, it's not really going to hurt me. I can always go get, you know, a guy for 1 year just to be a backup. Right? I'm even thinking about trading for maybe a third baseman prospect to use, you know, as a backup. Even though I don't really need him, I could use it as trade bait, which is pretty good because, you know, most teams nowadays don't really have. There are a lot of good third basemen out there, but some teams just don't have third basemen on their roster, so a lot of teams look for them to trade for. I've known what to do with Thames. I don't know what to do with Thames because I kind of want to keep him just in case, you know, I get a decent trade offer for him. We'll keep him in his final year, which may make him a little bit less easier to trade, but nonetheless, we're still keeping him. Rasmus, I'm going to sign to a 1-year deal because I'm probably going to end up trading him because we do have Hayward coming up. And also Anthony Goes, who I'd like to lock up for 5, maybe a little bit more money, so we can convince him to stay. I'll let Francisco go because he wasn't really helping me out that much. And most of the prospects that I'm signing back for 1-year deals are ones that I'm looking to get into trade offers, like this guy right here. B potential guy, but we have Jose Bautista, and I'm not looking to get rid of him anytime soon. So we'll sign that guy to a 1-year deal, and that works. Alright, so we'll sim to about right here, and we got Alvarez, Jansen, Santos, Rasmus, Aaron Sebia, Carpenter, Carino, Hoey, Perez, Lori signed back, good, Dre Beck, Laffey, McClellan, so no Wainwright yet. Villanueva, Thames, Richmond, Hutchison, Crawford. No Wainwright, no Tehran. Jason Frazier is no longer interested in the Jays offer. That's fine. I can find some cheap relievers. And, you know, the main thing that I wanted to say involving relievers is you can find, you know, older guys like J.C. Romero, Chad Durbin, Carrasco. You can find all these guys out here for free agents or on free agency and just get them for 1 year. You know, you don't have to sign them to big contracts or even multi-year contracts because most of these guys, that I'm going to sign are going to be lefty specialists right here. We'll offer him a 1-year deal. Because I do need another lefty since I lost Darren Oliver to to retirement. And I'm probably going to end up having to offer him a contract. He's not interested. We'll let him go. If he accepts arbitration, then I can look to sign him to a deal. But if he signs with another team, then, it's out of my hands. First base, nobody really stands out to me. I could pick up one of these guys for a DH, but I'm not going to because I probably have some guys that I could use down in the minors to go ahead and take the DH spot. I picked up Jack Hanahan in waivers, but I ended up having to put him, designate him for assignment to bring up somebody. We don't need a shortstop. Actually, yeah, we kind of do. We kind of need another utility guy. Ronnie Cedeno wouldn't be a bad idea to pick up for 1 year to use as a utility guy, kind of like a Martin Prado, Omar Fonte type. Left field, we've got Kubel, and nobody's sticking out right now. Center field, we've got Hayward and Anthony Goes, who I'm hoping to lock up. Nobody. If I needed a center fielder, I'd probably go after B.J. Upton, but I don't, and I don't need a right fielder. So let's go ahead and sim through December. I need to keep an eye on Adam Wainwright and Brandon Beachy and Julio Teheran, because sometimes what happens is when you sim through an off season and you don't pay attention, sometimes important players will, not sign or reject a contract, and that means that, you don't see, a notification saying they signed with another team, or, they're not interested, or they accepted your contract. So sometimes you're, starting your season in spring training. Okay, it says they signed. Did they sign for real? Okay, you see how I never saw Wainwright or Beachy or Teheran. I never saw the little notification that they signed. That happens sometimes. I don't know why. I hate that it happens, because sometimes I lose good players without knowing that they're not there. So I'm just going to check to make sure none of my important guys aren't there that I need. Okay, everything's good. I'm just looking in here just to see if there's anybody that I would be willing to put on my roster, because Rule 5 draft guys have to start out on the Major League roster. Nobody there. Hopefully we didn't pick up anybody. What? Yankees have acquired Oviedo, Wandy Rodriguez to the Angels for Irvin Santana, Carpenter for Corrado, I think. Hiroki Kuroda. Yeah, Kuroda, that's what it is. Alright, so sim through the off-season. It's going to be a little bit a longer video, which is fine. I don't mind having long videos. J.C. Romero accepted the Rockies offer for 2 years, so that means he didn't want a 1-year deal. Alright, so maybe we can still find a lefty. Brad Thomas is a lefty. Joe Bimel's a lefty. I normally sign him sometimes. Didn't play last year. He's 35 years old. Any starters that I could use as a, reliever that's lefty? Brad Hand. What potential does he have? C? Nah. No thanks. Because sometimes you can get these B or C potential starters who aren't quite ready to start in a major league rotation, and you can put them into your bullpen as a middle reliever and get good innings out of them. But I'm not seeing anybody. I'm going to go ahead and offer Joe Bimel a 1-year deal for about $50,000, and he likes that better than the Seattle deal, because he probably knows that he's not going to be around for much longer. He's 35 years old, only getting offered by the Mariners. So got him. I'll put him in middle relief. Got another catcher. Got this guy. Most of these guys I don't even know. Alright, we'll go ahead and sim the off season. I'm bummed we didn't make the postseason. I was so bummed. I thought we had a chance to maybe make the postseason and go to the World Series and maybe even win one in our first year. Because what I'm planning on doing is, since I'm going through these a little bit quicker, the year's a little bit faster, what I'm hoping on doing is, once we make it to the postseason, depending on how far we go, that could be the last year that I use the franchise. So let's say we made the playoffs next season. we go to the World Series and we lose, I could possibly do another season, but if not, I would just not, and then start over with a new team. Because what I'm thinking about doing is, since going through this a little faster, I'll have plenty of time to change through teams and use different teams to rebuild and whatnot. So I'm kind of debating on what team to use next. I'm leaning towards a National League team this year or next time, mainly just because National League teams are what I'm good at. So, and obviously with a DH in your lineup, you're obviously gonna have. God, okay. It kept wanting to move me slowly. So, Dustin McGowan. I want Tehran in the rotation. Let me actually look at my starters. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Drew Hutchison, 22 years old. I don't know if he deserves to be in the rotation or not. Morrow's in his second year of his contract, so I could try to trade him. Let me see what I can do. Let me see if I can trade him. Just straight up trade him for let's see, what do we need? We don't really need anything. Maybe a left field prospect, possibly, included with a first baseman. So let's mainly look at left field. See any prospects that I know that jump out at me. Brandon Jacobs. Nobody now. Nope. Desmond Jennings would be nice to have, but I'd probably have to start him because he's, that good. Let's see here. Anybody that is worth trading for. Alex Gordon, obviously, but no. Travis Snyder's got B potential. Oh yeah, I forgot I released him or something. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I lose some of these guys. Like I said, sometimes you just don't get notified when you lose certain players. Alright, nothing I'm seeing so far. I've noticed that certain corner outfield positions are tough to find prospects in that are worth anything. Trevor Plouffe wouldn't be bad, but he only has C potential. Todd Frazier, B potential. Chris Heisey, B. Juan Duran, C. JD Martinez has A, but he starts for them. I don't want to take a starter away from a team. D potential, and he's the best player on the roster at left field. It's pretty embarrassing. Alright, nothing I'm seeing. I'm trying to think of left field prospects, but I can't really think of any that I know. Let's take a look at center field, because maybe we can find a good center field prospect and then move him to left field, like teams do all the time. They have to move players into different positions. Johnny Gomes, Jordan Danks, Greg Golson, Jared Mitchell. I know where he went to college. He went to college at, was it LSU maybe? Quentin Berry. I was trying to trade for him last year, but he only has deep potential, so I passed. Bubba Starling. One of both teams do not have enough healthy players to complete this. Wait, what? Does that mean Brandon Morrow's hurt? Like, for real? Well, that's gay. Alright, let's just sim to the regular season and try and do that trade. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe, he's fine. He's not on the disabled list, is he? No, nothing says he is. Alright, whoa, who are we trying to get again? Was it Bubba Starling? What is this? Healthy players to complete this transaction. So that means everybody I try to trade for isn't gonna go down. I wonder why. Is it like a glitch or something? Like, you're not allowed to trade until you get, like, into the season or something? I'm not understanding this. Brandon Morrow looks fine. So why are we having this problem? Okay, yeah, I figured it was. They're just not willing to take on the salary, which I can see. Travis Witherspoon, see potential. Matt Long, Yoenis Cespedes, A, but they're obviously not going to take that. What happened to Leonis Martin? I was going to look at him. I thought he was a left field prospect, but apparently he moved to center. Neuenhuis, Brandon Nimmo, Matt Decker. The Mets have some good center field prospects. They just got to wait a little bit. Brett Jackson wouldn't be bad to pick up. Actually, let me look on free agency and see if Jose Soler, I think is how you say it. See, look at that. Anthony freaking Goes is just out there sitting there. You know, I wouldn't have noticed that unless I'd have came in here. Absolutely ridiculous how that happens. Let me just make sure no more important guys are out here that I had on my team. I'm not seeing anybody. Adam Lynn's in there. Tyler Moore. Okay, we're good. We're good there. We never got Encarnacion, which means he probably signed somewhere else. Well, that's fine, I guess. I'm not worried about it. He's a good backup in DH at sometimes, but paying him a little bit too much money for what he was producing. In the game, in real life, he's completely worth the money, but for the game right now, he's just not quite there yet. George Springer, come on, take the deal. Alright, let's see if we can't add anybody else. Maybe try and dump off some salary onto me. They just probably don't want to do the deal. Logan Schaefer, no. Gorkis Hernandez was with the Braves a couple of years ago. There's Martin. A potential. Let's see here. One or more players were recently signed as free agents. You know what? Let's not try. I'll try to do it later. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching episode 7. And I will get back to you guys when I have episode 8 on franchise. So see you guys later.